Hello, it is RSO with another video. Now, this one is basically saying how or why I'm going to start adding into the position of Bitcoin and Ethereum. I know the whole situation is 228.26. I know the whole situation with Israel, the United States, Iran going on right now, but don't freak out. I would say if it's, if you're in crypto and stuff, don't listen to these freaking dummies. They're just trying to do it just for I don't know, social engagement, just to get more likes and reposts and stuff like that. Because the bigger picture is that Bitcoin Bitcoin's still in the range within the week, so it doesn't even matter that much because it's way too big to like have effects like that. I'm not saying the whole Israel, United States, Iran thing isn't a big deal. But, according to the crypto markets, you know, it doesn't matter that much. Now, the reason why I'm gonna start dollar cost averaging now, obviously, I don't have 64K to put into this. I'm not, that wealthy. So instead, I'm gonna be, adding into, like, iBit, a lot cheaper, a lot more affordable for me, but, it still follows Bitcoin. Now with that being said, let me show you the reason why I'm going based on purely pattern, purely off of moving average and long-term trends. And I'm gonna start showing you right here. So from pretty much the very beginning of these spikes, once it focused on this 2014 part, it just started to sell off, right? But if you take that 2014, now you get 2015, 2016. So that 2 years of kind of this accumulation, then we start to rise back up heading into 2017 on the third year. And then we peak right before the end of the next year, which is the beginning of the next year, which is 2018. Now, it tends to have a 4-year cycle. I could literally prove this again. So from 2014, right? And then peaks again to 2018 and then sells off. Same thing. So sell off 2018, 2019, 2020 of accumulation took 2 years. The third year starts to spike up. And then the fourth year, or before the beginning of the fourth year, then it sells off again. Same thing, touches these EMAs, blue and the red, and then or the baby blue and the red, more burgundy, and then goes back up. Now, same thing from 2022, right? We got 2 years of accumulation, then starts to go up into 2025, and then peaks right before beginning of 2026. It does this over and over and over, does a 4-year cycle. When it comes to these cryptos, you don't want to be looking on like the 1 minute because it fluctuates like crazy. You want to go like further outdated, especially if you're like long term bull, and you got to pay attention to the bigger picture. Okay, so it always does this. Ethereum does pretty much the same thing. It just doesn't look the exact same, but in the sense 2018, 2019, 2020, right? The 2 years of accumulation, then the third year goes up and then sells off right before the beginning of the new year. Happens every freaking time. Now, this is kind of funky, but it still follows the same pattern 2022, 2023, 24 accumulation, and then does get a little rally in 2025. And then it ended up coming back up. I'm not sure exactly what the reason was behind this, but then it came back up, hit the all time highs. And then right before 2026, started to sell off again. And we are at that beautiful EMA, that burgundy. I believe that is the 200 EMA on the weekly. So I'm just going to slowly start adding my position here. this is something I can afford. So this is what I'm gonna start accumulating over time. Now, do I have to now am I gonna add like every month and stuff? No, it just depends on my finances. If I'm able to, if I'm not, but I'll most likely be adding within the next 2 years and seeing where this baby goes. Um, as pretty sure as you could tell, every time it does this 2 years accumulation, it ends up hitting new all-time highs. So, with that being said, we could kind of just get an idea that we can be going back over here. It's just going to take some time, okay? So, a lot of people are probably not believing in crypto right now, and that's the beauty of it because when people are fearful is when people like me and others take advantage of these situations and slowly start adding to our positions. And then by the time it's too late, or once crypto's back at all-time highs, people try to add in these areas and then it sells off and then they end up taking out their money and losing it at the end because they're selling low but buying high. And yeah, it's pretty simple and straightforward. Um, I also look at the rainbow price chart. Um, the guy who I don't know who he is, but I always like to look at the rainbow price chart. I wish it could expand to 2029, but we could get an idea by like 2028 that it should be pretty. 2028 should probably, let's see. I I mean, I highly doubt that it's going to be at like 100 and something thousand. I could see something more realistic of like consolidating like this, probably going back up to like the 100,000 range first. And then we could see it start to the go like this. 2029, we should be going back up to this 130, 140 range. I wouldn't doubt that that could happen. But I mean, the price could go like this. I could literally care less. It could go like I said, it could go like this. Doesn't matter. It's just a 4-year accumulation. Same thing with Ethereum. Um, Ethereum, I like it a little more because you go ahead and expand the years. So by 2029, you know, this is looking pretty good. It's probably going to be around 7,000, 10,000 around there. So, don't shoot the messenger. I could definitely be wrong, but I'm just going based off of what the pattern shows. And yeah, it's gonna take 2 years though, so of this just sideways price action. So don't really I mean, it could even go to like 50,000, 48,000. I could care less, but that's the whole point of like dollar cost averaging is you're not putting your whole entire position all in at once. And so eventually by the time it goes up, your average is below and then, it spikes up and, you make money off of it. But that's pretty much it. Just don't fall for this whole little narrative about the war, crypto. Just always look at the bigger time frame. And yeah, just got to be patient enough. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.